Howdy guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at FlexiPRINT's path tool. This will be the one located under the secondary toolbar. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Now if we head into the program here, just a quick reminder, this is a mini series on the secondary toolbar. So some of these tools we're not going to go into too much depth, but we will have another mini series that covers more in depth, just so we don't make this actual mini series too long. So today's tool we're going to be looking at is the path tool. So right under the text tool, if you had to hover on it, you'll see it says the Bezier path tool, and if we left click, you'll see we have two options under there. So the first one's a path tool and the second one's a freehand drawing tool, which we won't be covering right away. We'll be just looking at the first one. Now if you want to do any complex designs, you're probably going to want to end up using this tool, as it allows you to create a variation of different, control points to edit those shapes. Now when it comes to the actual path tool, there's a few variations and different ways we can go about it. So I'm just going to run through the basics so you get an idea of what you can use it for. So the first one we have is to basically create straight lines. So if I left click on one point and then I left click on another point, it will create us a line between those 2 points. It's just a basic mathematical equation, as is most vector designs, or I guess all of them. So then this is our first one. We have straight lines. You can also see here on our design central that at the moment it's showing a straight line. Then the next one we have here is the actual Bezier curve. So this will be just a curved line. So if I had to left click on one point, let's undo that. Let's go, I'm going to select our selection tool so it solidifies that path for now. Go to the actual Bezier curve again, then I'm going to left click one point, then in the middle here I'm going to left click with my left mouse button and hold and drag. As you can see, it creates a nice curve control point here. Now don't worry, all of these things you can change afterwards, so if it's not 100% accurate to the way you like it, you can modify it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here at the end, left click and drag again, and just complete that curve like so. Then I'm going to select my selection tool again, and there we go. So this is the straight line, then we have our curved path, and these two, if you combine them, you can make quite an interesting outcome. Like you can in many ways combine, let's say, a form of circular shape with a rectangle and so forth. It's really an endless amount of possibilities with just these two controllers. Now another point worth mentioning is if we had to make, let's say, I'm just going to use a straight line, doesn't matter, it can be curved as well. And let's say I did something wrong, as you can see I'm getting my stuff not accurate, then I can simply just Control Z and it will undo the steps I want to undo until I'm happy with it. Then we can go like, and can undo and redo. So that is very handy, so while you're designing you don't have to restart from the beginning. Now that comes to our second major point. So our first point was the straight lines and curve tools. Now the next one is open shapes and closed shapes. So if I've made this actual path and then start a new one, I can just demonstrate it better. So let's grab that same thing. I'm just going to keep all of them straight shapes, it doesn't matter, or straight lines. So I'm going to create a little cube here, or rectangle. Then if I had to hover just off, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see this. So if I had to hover here to this point, you see I get a crosshair or cursor with a little circle. Now that's a very important one, that if I had to click, will create a closed path. And as you can see, it closed it and it put us a fill inside so we can see that it is closed. Now if I had to do the same thing and then and I don't get that circle icon, it will just stay an open path. So if you want to actually make shapes with body inside, this is the way you want to do it. You want to make sure that icon appears with a little circle, then it'll close the path. Otherwise this will just create an open path for you. So it is handy to know the difference, because sometimes you want to open path, you don't actually want to close the path. Or if you're doing these type of lines, most of the times it's open path, but if you need a closed path, you do need one, and then you must know how to do it. But yeah, otherwise that is it on the path tool, at least the basics. So we've got straight lines, curved lines, just as a recap, and then we've got open shapes and or closed shapes, you can say, and open shapes, which means the paths are not closed. But yeah, otherwise in the meanwhile, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.